I'm sure by now you are wondering where is the news on the future of Erik ten Hag. We are all waiting, and it looks as if this saga of whether Erik ten Hag stays or whether Erik ten Hag leaves Manchester United isn't going to end anytime soon. We were made to believe that news will be on with regards to Erik ten Hag's future last week. Well, later we were told that it will come on this week. The week has ended and there is no update on exactly what is happening to Erik ten Hag. Why is that the case? Well, I will tell you more when I come back from this quick turnaround. I have a couple of other news on transfers to also share with you here on United Today. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if this is your first time watching. And if you've been watching and you've not subscribed yet, please remember to help us. Let's grow this community together here on this channel. This is United Today. Please remember to share and like this content, and also you can leave a comment, drop a comment on what you think about whatever we'll be discussing here on United and everything football United Today. We'll be right back right after this. All right, thank you very much and welcome back to United Today. As usual, to remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Please remember to like the videos. Please like the videos. I can't stress on this enough. Please, if you are watching and you're enjoying, please remember to like the videos for us and drop us a comment. Let's hear from you. What's your thought on the issues we are discussing here on United Today? So let's start with a breakdown of the issues of Erik ten Hag. What is really the case? Now, Ineos reported or briefed the media right after the finals of the FA Cup that they were conducting a season review, as I have been reporting here or have reported here on several occasions, regarding the position of Erik ten Hag and everything that happened in the course of the season. As you know, the season didn't go as planned in terms of the league performance that we put up. The Champions League was quite an abysmal one. We finished bottom of the league, of the Champions League group. But then we did very well in the FA Cup by winning it. Now, Ineos have been saying that they are reviewing everything that is happening. And a lot of people have been expecting that by now there will be some clarity regarding the future of the coach and also issues with regards to the transfers. But as it stands, nothing has come. And it's caused a lot of rancor. It's caused a lot of uproar amongst the fan base across social media platforms, where people keep asking, why haven't this issue been resolved yet? So, according to McDonnell of the Daily Mirror newspaper, he is stating that United have indicated that the season review being conducted by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his football operations team remains ongoing, and there is no firm timescale of its anticipated completion. No firm timescale has been given. So, as it stands, they are under no pressure to release any information. As I told you during the last briefing or the last United Today episode, Ineos have been tight-lipped. They are very quiet on this whole situation. This whole situation on the coach is shrouded in deep secrecy. As a result of that, no one knows exactly what is happening. No one knows exactly what is happening with regards to the issue of the coach, as things stand. Now, according to Tyrone Marshall of the Manchester Evening News, he's of the view that there is reluctance from Ineos to sack coach Erik ten Hag without a clear plan to appoint a replacement. If there is no clear plan, according to Tyrone Marshall, Erik ten Hag will continue as the coach of Manchester United. Now, while there are a number of managers that have been linked to the post, Ineos wants to make sure that they do this when they decide to bring in a new coach. It is to make the right appointment rather than being forced into a union with a figure they are not convinced by. So according to Tyrone Marshall of the Manchester Evening News, this is the situation. That until the ownership of the club or Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his football operations team are very clear and certain on the right candidate to take over, should in case, that's the word, should in case they decide to part ways with Coach Erik ten Hag, they are not going to make any changes. That's what Tyrone Marshall is saying. So a lot of news keeps floating. The decision will be made as of yesterday, Friday. We are in today, Saturday, and still no news with regards to the coach. A lot of people have raised concerns that are quite legitimate, because when you are going into the transfer market, I'm sure agents and the players themselves are asking, who is going to be the coach we'll be working with? As things stands, it's not clear whether we are going into the season with Erik ten Hag or we are sticking with a new manager or we are going in for a different manager. All of these things haven't been made clear. So this is what Tyrone Marshall is talking about. And a lot of names have come up. And I'm sure a lot of names that are irritating a lot of fans. One of key names is Gareth Southgate, current coach of England. And his name has come up a lot more times. And anytime the name comes up, you see the reaction from United fans. Clearly not happy. But there are people who are insinuating that because there is some sort of a relationship between Dan Ashworth, who worked with Gareth Southgate when he was in England, and also Sir David Brailsford, they are mooting for the idea of Gareth Southgate taking over. An idea some of us do not really subscribe with. I mean, the fact that they've had some sort of a relationship doesn't necessarily mean, but it's become a name that's been floating around a lot more lately. What do you really think about this? Leave us a comment in there. Leave us a comment on what you think about all of these names that's floating. Should Erik ten Hag stay? Should Erik ten Hag leave? Leave us a comment and we'll read it out on the next episode of United Today or in the podcast, so we get to know exactly what you are thinking with regards to the coach and whether he should stay. So this is what's the latest with regards to Coach Erik ten Hag and his future at Manchester United. So let's make a quick shift from Erik ten Hag and let's go to another controversial topic, Mason Greenwood. Now, as you know, I've been reporting here severally that the plan of the ownership of the club, first plan is to sell Mason Greenwood, sell him out of the club. As a result of that, he's attracted a lot of interest. Now, Gazzetta Italy is reporting that Mason Greenwood has said yes to Juventus and has shown great interest in a potential move to the Italian club. Already, Greenwood has said bye-bye to Getafe, where he played his loan. And things are not clear as to whether he would be made to stay in the club or he will be made to leave. But reports that are coming indicate that Mason Greenwood will be allowed to leave the club. Now, Juventus are one club that are in for Mason Greenwood. However, Juventus are stating that the 30 to 34 million pounds price tag that has been slapped on Mason Greenwood is quite excessive. Hence, they are studying, plans or they are studying ways in which they can make this deal happen, and some of which include an exchange with a player. And one name that has come up is Federico Chiesa. If you know Chiesa, he's an amazing player, but he's a player that has been hampered with injuries, and he's one name that has been put out there by Gazzetta Italia that if there is going to be a swap between Man United and Juventus on Mason Greenwood, names like Federico Chiesa have come up as names that will be used in this deal to make it happen. Will it happen? Will this deal happen? Well, that's not it. Now, Record in Portugal are also reporting that Benfica is evaluating the sign of Greenwood, and that Rui Pedro Braz, who is part of the top football hierarchy of Benfica, have already had contact with the father of Mason Greenwood already. And as a result of that, are exploring the opportunity to sign Mason Greenwood. So we would see how this whole Mason Greenwood issue, develops as the window goes. Remember, the issues that has surrounded Mason Greenwood and everything, well, it's just not going away. We'll see how this particular issue develops or unfolds. More transfer stories, and Kieran Thuram, a player for OGC Nice, a 23-year-old midfielder, father Lilian Thuram, brother Marcus Thuram, who plays for Inter Milan. Now, Kieran plays for OGC Nice, the sister club of Man United, or a club that is owned by the co-owner of Manchester United, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Now, L'Equipe is reporting that the player is available for a cost of 17 to 25 million pounds, and one team that has come up or that is interested in him is Manchester United. I'm not too surprised that a lot of OGC Nice players are being linked or connected to Manchester United for obvious reasons. It shares the same owner. So United are also in need of certain players to bolster the midfield, especially in the defense as well. So Kieran Thuram is one name that has also come up with regards to some names that can replace some of the players that are likely to be moved on. Already there is news of Casemiro attracting interest from Saudi Arabia, Eriksen moving on. So it leaves a bit of spaces to be occupied. And Kieran Thuram is one name, according to L'Equipe in France, indicating that he's available for between 17 and 25 million pounds. And that United have showed great interest in signing the player. And he has only 1 year left on his contract. It's the reason why his price tag has dropped that significantly. So it's one name we should look out for in the transfer window. Another name, I've been mentioning his name, Jean-Claire Todibo. He's been linked with United even before the Ineos deal was, completed or was accepted by the Glazers. Since last summer, he's a player that has been linked to United. Now, L'Equipe is also reporting that he's available for just 21 million pounds. Earlier on, or previously, the price tag that was floating around was around 34 million to 35 million pounds. But this morning, L'Equipe is reporting that Jean-Claire Todibo, a central defender who plays for OGC Nice, also a sister club of Man United, is available for 21 million pounds. Is there a player that you would really be interested in him joining United? Well, let me hear from you in the comment section what your thoughts is on this particular deal. We as it stands now, even the managerial situation hasn't been properly resolved. However, news out there has it that United is doing everything possible to, complete some deals. Already there is contact with agents, with clubs with regards to some players. I've already reported on Lenny Euro of Lille, who is of great interest to United. United would need to bolster that midfield, that defense. Defensively, already we've lost Rafael Varane. A couple of players are likely to leave and all of that. We'll see how that particular issue also goes. So that's it with regards to the news I have for you today on United Today. We come your way with a podcast tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we come your way with a podcast where I'll bring in you two special guests who will be discussing a few more of the issues, especially on the Eriksen Hag situation. Very, very interesting situation that I'll be discussing on the next edition of the podcast. Thank you for joining. Remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment. Most importantly, please like the video. Yes, like the video. For us, we are out of here. See you on the next one, which is the podcast. And have a great time and bye-bye.